This is FanStream Sports.
Please have your attention, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh yeah, welcome in to the Colby Stapp and IndyCar Tim show. That show that you've chosen or just slipped into like somebody's DMs. This is Colby Stapp right here, and bobbing his head and weaving. Not really, he's just kind of doing a little bit of shake to shimmy. It's one IndyCar Tim. What's up, Tim?
Hello, Colby. Welcome to your show.
You know what? It's a good show because it's our show, not just my show. By the way, if you would like to communicate with our show, then go ahead, 214-937-0569 on that FanStream Sports text line. You can do that if you're listening to the recorded podcast and you caught us down the line and we are now in the past and you are in the future, then use that. If not, comment down below anywhere you picked this up at. We will find the comment and we can talk to you. That kind of makes the show better. Tim, we've got news.
Uh-oh. Like breaking news?
Sort of. Did you know that you needed another Anaconda movie in your life?
Colby, I never needed the first Anaconda movie in my life.
With J-Lo?
The newly single J-Lo?
Ooh, hey now.
Did you not hear this? Maybe that's breaking news for you.
That's breaking news for me.
Yeah, her and Affleck Bat are getting divorced.
Batflack?
Yeah, they're getting divorced for the second time. What, the second time now, right?
Yes.
God, who would want her?
Reunited, and I'm through with her. What
Gross.
just happened? Yeah, so Jack Black, Paul Rudd, and somebody else that I don't know are going to do the reimagining. I love that they say this instead of
Remake
or reboot or anything. It's the reimagining of the horror movie Anaconda.
Was it, though?
I mean, it was kind of cool back in the day because, the CGI for back then, what they were doing with that big-ass snake, I remember being a little bit impressed.
So bad.
I mean, no, it wasn't bad.
It's terrible.
Okay, you're terrible.
The story was terrible. The CGI was worse. The acting was terrible. The entire premise of the movie Anaconda was horrible. We didn't need it.
I mean, they're actually real. They get pretty big. Not that size. They're not the size of a dinosaur, but
right.
They get pretty big. So, by the way, we got more wild and crazy stories coming up in news and notes, including cocaine sharks. That's at the end of the show.
Internet.
We've got good, bad, and ugly. Tim has found a list that I'm going to be, might be okay with, because that's the comic book characters we want to see in film.
Uh-huh.
So we have that going for us. We're going to find out what's in Tim's beard, which is probably a sandwich that he ate earlier.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
So maybe a little story about Kansas City. We're not sure, but I did want to update you guys because I was looking on the X or as the Twitter, as I still call it, because X is a symbol, kind of like Prince. Doesn't really mean that's what it's called. But I was looking on there, and somebody tweeted out something that I didn't think should be tweeting just yet.
Uh-oh.
Seems that, remember a month or so ago, I was updating you on the riveting story of Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
And how,
too.
yeah, how he like basically threw millions and millions of dollars down the drain. Because it all came out about why years before he got let go from the Twitch streaming platform. He put out a tweet and saying, time to get back to business. Yeah. Which is signaling that he's coming back.
Okay.
He's not coming back to YouTube because he's been fired from YouTube.
Right.
And his channel can't be monetized.
Right.
And he can't make another, like any other channel. And because it'll connect, because they got to send the checks to somebody. And if it's sending it to him or his corporation, then they're not going to send them. So the only thing that I can think possibly is going to happen with this is that one of these other platforms, video platforms that be like Kick or
Vimeo,
something, right? That's maybe not off the wall, but maybe they would like to have his millions of viewers.
You can go to X.
You could, but
That's what Tucker Carlson did and made $1 billion.
I mean, if he does that, would X accept him? I mean, he's still pretty smoking hot right now.
That's probably true. That's up to Elon Musk.
It is. And the other side of it was what he did was wrong. Talking to the girl and the whisper direct message and trying to set up a meeting was wrong, especially because she was under 18. Very, very, very wrong. But there's a sorry place for a but. I do wonder how long, because I thought, man, this is too quick. You needed to give it some time.
Yeah, because it hasn't been that long, right?
No, it's been a couple of months.
Huh. Maybe he's out of money.
I mean, okay.
He needs a gig.
But go do something else, right?
Go sign some autographs.
I don't know how. I mean, there's plenty of people that want them. That
Public
are still,
speaking tour.
I mean, sure, if you want to be behind, because I don't know, he became pretty hated from some sides of the gaming world, because all of the other gamers that were making a lot of money at things, I mean, had to denounce him. It was really biblical of them saying, I can't. In that realm, when a bunch of millionaires are like, yeah, he can't be a part of our millionaire club anymore, it was kind of felt like, whoa. I mean, it's heavy, but crap. But I wanted to ask you, Tim, how long should he have, because I think this was too soon, how long should he have stayed away?
Man, you got to give something like that. And again, I didn't experience any of this with you. Like, I didn't know who he was.
Right.
But, man, a year? Like, at least a year, right?
You would think. I mean, again, there was no criminal charges pressed against him for it.
But morally,
what he did was wrong.
He was condemned by society.
Especially, and the other side of it was, at first when he issued his statement that said, basically that there may or may not have been some words that stepped across the line when he's whispering to her on the Twitch whisper. And I thought immediately then, it was like, okay, that's kind of just nipping it in the bud, just saying, admitting, and
that there was things inappropriate and let it go.
I thought at first that, applaud him for doing that. But with coming back this soon, I almost thought, well, then, dude, you should have denied. That way, when you came back, you were like, what?
Didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything. And then just wait for it to blow over and go.
Huh.
I'm all for the preemptive strike apology, right?
Yeah.
Especially, because you think about the steroid era in baseball, and you think about the guys that denied, like Rafael Palmeiro pointing his finger, and Mark McGuire saying it was the andro supplement he was taking,
right,
and all of that, and like Roger Clemens and such. But the folks like Jason Giambi, he just came right out and said, "Yep, did it." And you know what? Nobody ever brings up Jason Giambi anymore.
I mean, he'll never be in the Hall of Fame, but Jason Giambi wasn't going to be there anyway.
Who else was it? Andy Pettit. Andy Pettit just came right out and said, "Did it." You know what? Nobody brings him up.
Cool. Yeah, who cares?
When you think about Andy Pettitte, you think about that damn Yankee, but you also think about he was a really good pitcher.
Right.
And immediately to your front of your mind, you don't go steroid.
Yeah, but I don't think that about Roger Clemens, who did it. I just think stupid T-Sip and Yankee and Blue Jay and Red Sox.
You know what? The only thing I think about when I think about Roger Clemens is I think about that Fort Worth Star-Telegram leading page where it was like him in his old uniform, like forming into a Texas Rangers uniform.
Right.
With like the old school hologram graphics. And I thought that was so cool and it was going to happen. Didn't.
No, he was never coming to Texas.
No, he's not.
But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, dude, I mean, I don't care how pronounced the backlash is for you. If there's posting daily,
Right.
if it's weekly, if it's monthly, you wait at least a year before your name even is back in the public attention, right? Like anywhere. Like you just lay low. You don't talk. You don't appear. You don't post anything for at least a year, and you just let that thing die.
Yes, I think I agree with you. But as I'm sitting here thinking about the situation, also, if you let it die, do your loyal fans forget about you? The ones you would immediately grab back up if you came back sooner?
I mean, if they're that loyal, they'll come back anyway, right?
Well, but see, as far as loyal and social media goes, it's
true.
it's pretty
Short
much,
attention span.
Yeah. So, man, I don't know what I recommend to that guy. I mean, I guess I just recommend getting a time machine and going back and undoing all the shit that you did or that one thing that you did.
Or just marry the girl. Then you're like, see, it was okay.
Yeah. I'm a old school rock musician. Great balls of fire.
Oh, my gosh. 13-year-old cousin, Colby.
Dude.
Not just 13.
Right.
Your cousin.
Your cousin. And then just look at everybody like, what? What's wrong?
Great balls of fire.
What's wrong with it? Man,
Wow.
so we do have a show that concerns sports, by the way. We will get into a little bit of the CeeDee Holdout update. And Miles, who? What? That's all coming up next. But before we get to that, it is time for me to cordially ask Tim. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Colby.
What day is it today, bud?
Wow, I'm sure glad you asked me that in a timely fashion. Doesn't happen very often.
Well, it's scheduled. The intro's scheduled to be at 10.
I know. And yet here we are.
Right, at 13.
But that's okay. We're never on time.
No, we're really not.
That's why we don't have a program director here.
I mean, technically, we are the program director.
What do we disagree on a time then? Just whoever's talking doesn't stop talking, and we just go with it.
Right.
Colby, today is August.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about this day because there's a number of different ways you could take this.
Okay.
But, of course, Tim's mind that is constantly in the gutter is going to take it that direction, which it's probably not intended to be. But, Colby, today is Internets. That's what I was going to do. Self-Care Day.
Porn.
Internet Self-Care Day. The internet is full of information. Use that information for some self-care today. They are peddling porn on what day is it?
They are. They are.
What possibly else could that mean other than porn?
It's just, well, you know, it's not masturbation. It's mental focus and creativity formed into relaxing yourself.
We don't need the internet for that. We need a good episode of Bob's Burgers for that.
No, nobody needs that. No, nobody needs that.
Bob's Burgers porn?
No, nobody needs that either.
You just need video gaming.
Hey, video games are cool.
Remote video gaming from your car at a stoplight.
I haven't done that.
You will.
I'm not doing that. No, it takes too much concentration.
You're going to set the iPad up on your dashboard. Like it's going to cover all your gauges and stuff. And you're going to figure out some tape so it doesn't move. And then you're going to mount like your phone or whatever the control thing is, like to the middle of your steering wheel. And when you turn, you can't play. You got to pause it or whatever. But when you're going straight, it's right there.
That's how unhip you are, Tim. There's no pause buttons in online play.
Well, you'll invent one.
Okay.
Why don't they have pause buttons?
Because it's online play. If you hit pause, everybody else is still moving and they will shoot you.
Well, it just pauses you, yeah.
Yeah,
What's the chance you're going to have to take?
Huh.
See? I'm onto something here.
I mean, you're not.
I just figured out video gaming.
You sure didn't. Your kill-death ratio would be bad. Real bad.
Is that a thing? What does that mean?
How many kills you get versus how many deaths you have?
What does that have to do with anything?
You want your kill-death ratio to be good, not bad.
For what? What does that do? Like,
just-
who's paying attention to this?
You're not. You got to pay attention to your stats in video games, Tim. They're stats.
Do that?
Yes, they're stats.
But for what? Did you win an award?
It shows how good you are. You love stats. Shut up. You love stats.
But, like, GTA has stats.
Yes, how many kills you have versus how many deaths you got.
How do you look at that?
In the game.
There's a spot in the game you can go look at your stats.
Yes.
But thankfully, they're getting rid of that for GTA 6. Probably.
I don't think they're getting rid of anything for GTA 6. I think all they're doing is adding more stuff.
I'm already
Also,
out.
also, watch out for GTA 6 because I believe they're using some form of Bitcoin.
Oh, Jesus. Speaking of Bitcoin, Colby, it's National Brazilian Blowout Day. I don't know what that has to do with Bitcoin, but I don't really know what Bitcoin is, so I'm as familiar with Bitcoin as I am Brazilian blowouts.
Okay. All right.
I know it has something to do with your hair or girl's hair.
Okay.
So go do it today because it's National Brazilian Blowout Day.
Okay. First of all, anytime you put a country in front of an action, usually it doesn't end up talking about somebody's hair. And when you said Brazilian blowout, I immediately thought somebody just got their anus ripped out.
Like a mafia hit?
No. Like a sex party gone wrong.
Well, I mean, that's probably possible too.
Or maybe they got a Brazilian wax job done.
The Brazilian bikini wax.
Yeah.
You ever had one of those?
No.
You will.
For the wheel? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, how great. And we have to do it live in the studio.
We'll have to have some kind of censorship things going on.
Meh.
I'm not putting my weenus on the
You're
internet.
not putting your junk on the internet?
No.
Again?
Yeah.
Colby, it's National Report Upcoding Fraud Day.
What?
Let's stand up and speak out against unethical behavior when we see it. And it's like a picture of a doctor wearing handcuffs holding a stethoscope. So probably has something to do with like fraudulent insurance reporting or something, I'm guessing. It says upcoding.
Up. Cool.
Yeah, so do that just today.
Just not every day. Just today.
If you see it tomorrow, you got to wait a year before you can report it.
If you see it tomorrow, just turn a blind eye.
Call that band name.
Mm-hmm. No,
Third Eye Blind.
I mean,
Is that already a band?
that's already a band.
Are they good?
They used to was.
Oh, maybe I can take their name.
Then they came out with a new album when I went to go see them, and I didn't want to hear their new album.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Colby, a day that you and I will be celebrating very soon, me maybe sooner. National Senior Citizens Day.
You a lot sooner than me, sir.
A little bit sooner.
Yeah, you a lot sooner than me.
For all they have achieved, for all the good of their communities, senior citizens deserve our thanks, Colby.
Unless they're on the road in front of you and are lost.
With their turn signal on.
Yeah. Got their left turn signal on in the right-hand lane.
I like old people. I've always liked old people.
Oh, yeah, old people are great.
Especially playing basketball against them back in the day. I could dunk on them.
Dipsy doo dunkaroo.
Speaking of Dipsy Doo Dunkaroo, Colby,
That's not a segue.
it's National Spumoni Day.
What the fuck is that?
Apparently it's some sort of delicious layered Italian ice cream dessert.
Okay, when you said spumoni, I thought this is some form of sausage, right?
I could see that, yeah. No. Or lunch, some kind of lunch meat, right?
Right.
Nope, it's
Got a if you told me I had a spumoni and cheese, I'd been like, I want
Ooh.
to try it.
ice cream with shredded cheese on top.
What kind of cheese?
I don't know. It depends on the ice cream. I'm a sharp cheddar guy. But I'm probably not mixing it in my ice cream.
I mean, it really depends on what kind of cheese.
I don't think so.
It
I
does.
don't think cheese and ice cream can go together.
Oh, no, they can. There's a lot of things that can go together you wouldn't think could go together until you make them go together.
That's what I said about me and all three of my wives.
Yeah. You forced it. It didn't ended wrong.
It did. Colby, and finally, speaking of ending wrong,
Uh-huh.
bring the music down for this one.
Uh-oh.
Colby?
Yep.
Burp voice. Today is International Day of Remembrance and Tribute to the Victims of Terrorism.
I don't know what to do.
Well,
That's not-
yeah, because they suck.
What were you doing just then?
Applauding the victims of terrorism. I was remembering them.
Why did...
I don't know what to do either. I was just pushing buttons.
Struggling.
Probably not what you should have done right then.
What, the applause? What's wrong with the applause?
I know, it was the shots fired drop.
Well, they didn't get shot. I
How
mean,
do
maybe
you know?
some of them did.
Wait, are you telling me that your brain just told you that no victim of terrorism ever got shot?
I'm thinking of like getting blown up.
So your brain thinks that there's only one way that terrorists act, and that is blowing people up.
Yeah, that's immediately where my brain went. I didn't even think about like firing shots or something. I'm thinking they get blown up like on airplanes and stuff, or in cars. That's just where my brain went. So I should have stuck with the.
No, you shouldn't have played the applause.
Oh, that was wrong.
I have a party.
What can I play for terrorist victims, Colby?
Nothing.
No, I have to have something here.
No. No, don't. What are you? This is
Colby, we have to remember the terrorists.
No, it's not what we're not remembering the terrorists. We're remembering the victims today.
Oh, it is for the victims, not the terror. Okay, never mind. Well, then we applaud the victims because we want to remember them.
You don't applaud the victims.
It's like when a guy gets hurt on the football field and he gets up, you clap.
Yeah, when they're hurt and they can hear you, the victims are the
What's happening? How did we get here? I'm just trying to remember the terrorist victims the best I can.
You know what? We almost had it for a second until you started playing drops. Because the proper thing to do at that moment would have been like just a moment of silence.
Paul and Look, I'm remembering the terrorist victims.
You almost said Titans, didn't you? You almost did. I heard it. You almost said it.
Colby, I'm not even drinking tonight.
I heard it in your voice. You almost said, "Hey, I'm just trying to remember the terrorists."
I've never seen that movie, and I never will. But yes, I almost said remember the Titans. And the terrorist victims, because today is the International Day of Remembrance and Tribute. See the claps, the applause is a tribute. It says tribute in the name.
Yeah, but it feels wrong to applaud that situation. And that's that story. Let's move on to the next story. Let's do that because now it's time for Tim to play the music and play the header, and then we'll get into what I'm about to announce with my radio voice. And now it's time for the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show Sports Report. With your host and mine, it's me, but it's also IndyCar Tim. Take it away, Tim.
That wasn't confusing at all. Football, Colby.
It is football.
Oops. I'm just pushing buttons.
Yep.
So, Colby, Dallas Cowboys news.
What up?
As we have one preseason game left
We do.
before the week 1 matchup against the hated Cleveland Browns and the matchup against former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Amari the Cooper, who got himself a raise because he was holding out.
Right.
They didn't extend him, but they gave him a raise while they continue the talks, which it's not a bad idea.
It's really not.
Hey, look, CD, you're scheduled to make just barely under $18 million this year. Why don't we pay you $25 and we continue to discuss your long-term deal throughout the season?
I mean, if we got it, then do that.
I mean, I hope you got it. You got to pay him something.
I'm just talking about the cap. Do you got it?
Right. So, CeeDee Lamb has not been in training camp.
Yep.
He has not been in any preseason activities, including the 2 games, and is not expected to be in the final preseason game against the Chargers this weekend. So even if they signed the deal this week, which they won't, is there any chance CeeDee Lamb plays in the first game of the season? And if so, how effective is he going to be? Because he ain't in football shape, if that's a thing.
Is there a chance he plays in the game? Yes, there is. Because we've seen what this wide receiver core looks like with that.
Yeah, so I saw it was on Good Morning Football. My buddy Kyle Brandt, who sent me this shirt, Good Morning Football, put up a graphic today when they were talking about this. The number 2 wide receiver for the Cowboys last year in terms of stats was Brandon Cooks.
Right.
He has 100 less targets last year than Lamb. He had 60 fewer catches or 80 fewer catches and like 1,100 fewer yards. So you don't think CeeDee Lamb's important to this offense? He is the offense.
Right.
And we know Turd Ferguson's going to be a good good tight end this year again.
Yep.
We're counting on him. Maybe my favorite Cowboy right now, Colby. I think I said that during the season last year. I like his moxie. But he cannot replace CeeDee Lamb. Brandon Cooks can't be CeeDee Lamb. Nobody on the roster right now can be CeeDee Lamb. And the reports that we've gotten from CowboysCountry.com and Mike Fisher exclusive, is that CeeDee wants 35 and the Cowboys are offering 32.5.
All right, just get closer.
$2.5 million's off. Just freaking come to an agreement at the middle, right?
Right.
For 33.75 or whatever.
Just go 34. Screw it.
And the other speculation is, well, it's more about the guaranteed part of the money, which I get. Just freaking pay him 2 years fully guaranteed on a 4-year deal. I honestly don't understand at this point what the holdup is. And it's become maddening.
Again, I understand your upsetness and maddeningness by this, but I said when this thing was first getting about that I wasn't worried about it. It's going to get done.
Right.
And I'm still not. I'm also not worried about CeeDee Lamb's quote-unquote game shape.
No, I'm not either.
I'm really not.
I'm not.
Because of his body type and all of that, it just looks like he can just go out there and go.
Yeah, and I feel like the term football shape was something that happened like back in the 70s and 80s and even into the 90s, you know, when guys didn't have the same workout regimens they have now. And these guys, these athletes, I don't care what sport you play, these guys work out all year long.
Right.
Like they don't really have an off season where they're not either staying in shape. So I think we're a little far removed from people not being. Now, I'm sure there are exceptions. There are some players that just goof off all off season, but for the most part, guys like CeeDee Lamb do. I guarantee you, when he shows up, he'll be ready to play football. I don't share your optimism, though, that a deal's getting done before the start of the season. And I think if it doesn't get done before September 8th and he misses that first game, I almost feel like this thing could go a while.
Yeah, I mean, that is a possibility, but with it being so close together, as reported by Mike Fisher, that it's so close that you're only talking about a couple of million between them, and maybe some of the guaranteed. If they were like 10 million off from each other, then I would have a bigger tendency to agree with you. But that close, and with the deadlines make deals situation over there that usually runs the Joneses family, I think that deadline's coming up pretty quick.
I mean, if it hasn't already passed, I mean, if they consider the start of the season the deadline, then yeah.
Right.
They've still got some time. It's just, and we're never, as fans or media or whatever, we're never privy to the internal dealings of these things. And that's kind of part of what's so maddening, is that we don't understand why a deal's not done. It seems so easy from our vantage point, right?
Right. Just do it.
Just do it.
I mean, we'll get mad at you later when you did it and something fails about it, but right now, just do it.
But CeeDee Lamb has been pretty vocal on social media, Colby, during this whole process. And did you see what he posted late last week, or was it over the weekend maybe, on his Twitter, Instagram?
I think I did, but yeah, I don't know what that means.
So this just caused even more wild speculation, as he threw up a picture of which Spider-Man is that?
That's Tobey Maguire, but that's the symbiote Spider-Man uniform.
With the black Spider-Man.
That's what eventually becomes Venom.
Right. So, and there's no chance this was done randomly. That he picked that character for a reason, right? As if he's saying, I'm about to be the bad guy.
Or he's about to suit up.
See, that's what you don't know.
No, see, I don't know what. I saw this, and I don't know what it is. Because even while wearing that Spider-Man did good things.
Right.
So,
are we just assuming that CeeDee Lamb is so into Spider-Man that he knows exactly what the situation is?
I mean, he might be.
Or do you just pick him because he's black?
That's one of the cooler Spider-Man uniforms ever, is the symbiote one. Even.
I agree.
So, yeah, I don't know.
It just offers more craziness for us.
I have no idea.
So,
I mean, I wish I did.
There's no telling. And that's part of it, is so secretive, and we don't have literally any of the information, or the inside play that's on either side here. Colby, also, there are rumors swirling as the Cowboys are now two preseason, I wish they'd be 2 playoff wins deep.
Right.
2 preseason games deep here with 1 left, that they're not, surprise, they're not happy with their running back room.
Oh, you think?
And outside of the Cowboys not being happy with their own running back room, the league, I believe it was NFL.com, ranked every team's running back room right now with a week left of the preseason. Colby, guess where the Cowboys fell?
Oh, shoot. Go 27.
32.
Wow.
And whatever the point system was they used, it wasn't even close.
Wow.
So Jerry Jones, the past few days, has sort of been teasing some potential transactions. We know the team acquired 2 defensive linemen last week, and it's possible they could be looking to grab a running back. And one of those running backs who may be available is Miles Sanders, currently with the Panthers, formerly with the Eagles.
Okay, I know this guy. I don't like him.
There's word on the street that Deuce Vaughn may not make the squad.
Come on. They handed him the ball, twice during that preseason game, and he did good.
And look, we're going to get a peek into the new NFL's dynamic kickoff because I recorded a interview with Anthony Becht, who is the head coach of the UFL St. Louis Battlehawks, and also has a role with the Jets now as a consultant. Part of his consulting is the special teams and for the kickoff because the Battlehawks were the number one kickoff return team the last 2 years, but they used that in the XFL. It was his team. So he was on the JP Peterson show with us yesterday. And I asked him, I said, and oddly the UFL didn't adopt it, right? When they merged, the XFL and the USFL merged.
Right.
And you'll get to hear that interview. We're going to play it in the second hour. But I thought Deuce Vaughn would be the perfect fit for one of these dynamic kickoff return guys.
Yes.
And Anthony even comments on that. He'll say, this is going to be more of a running back style return scenario than wide receivers or cornerbacks who are currently returning kicks. And I thought Vaughn would be perfect for that.
I'm irritated in the news because, like I said, every time I've seen him on the field, he's gotten something done when they hand him the ball. When there's nothing there, he's still getting a little bit.
Right. And
then when there's something there, he's getting more than what was there. So, man, I don't understand it. He gets the football and he makes things work. What's he got to do?
I'd rather see Royce Freeman go.
Yes.
I mean, I know he's more of your traditional running back size, and he's got a ton of experience in the NFL, but I think even though he could be a bit of a gadget player, man, give me Deuce Vaughn. Especially because of the story, right?
Well, not only because of the story,
just give
but
him a shot.
Because I think he sparks when he's out there.
Yeah.
I don't see a whole lot of spark when these other running backs are out there. I see a spark of some sort when Deuce is out there. So let him keep going. You know what? If you're thinking about it, then fine. If he's the one you're thinking about cutting, then this preseason game, let him air it out.
Yeah.
Let him air it out. And hopefully that changes your mind.
Or it's tape for somebody else.
Yeah, or he'll prove it.
Right.
He'll prove you right. I don't think he will. I think if you let him air it out, he's gonna get a lot of yards out of it. So
I think he could too, because again, look who he's playing against. He's gonna look good against some of these second, third string defenses.
Right.
Jerry Jones went on 105.3 The Fan, Colby, on Monday.
This way.
And said, the pieces of the puzzle that you see against the Chargers most likely won't be the final pieces of the puzzle for the Browns game. That is a quote, which would indicate there's other moves coming. So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's panic in them streets.
Which we've been predicting all summer, right?
Yep.
And there's lots of reasons to panic and lots of position groups to panic. Defense is getting banged up. They've signed some guys. The offensive line's a little banged up. They probably need to add more depth there. But good God, if you're going to have any kind of running game, and look, I am a Zeke Elliott fan. I think he's got some stuff left, but he can't do it by himself.
No.
He looked the best when Tony Pollard was there to spell him a couple of downs a series, right?
And Tony Pollard looked the best when he was able to spell, yeah.
and vice versa.
Yep.
I think we'll be paying close attention to Tony Pollard in Tennessee as he attempts to replace Derrick Henry.
Not happening.
Not happening. So, anyway, there's some Cowboys talk for you. The Chargers game is on Saturday, I believe, a mid-afternoon game against the Chargers here in Dallas.
Yep.
Or there in Arlington, as it were. So we'll see. And I don't know. They're not planning on playing a ton of the starters here again.
No, so we're going to go into this Browns game with new players and no continuity
I'd
whatsoever.
like to see Dak take the field for even if it's 2 or 3 series.
I don't need Dak to take the field.
I do.
You know what I need? I just need that the offensive line that we're going to have, the starters,
To play.
I need continuity with those guys because there's
Yeah.
some new pieces. I don't need Dak out there. I think Dak's ready to go.
I'm terrified, Colby.
But if you're going up against the Cleveland Browns and you're going to run out there with an offensive line that's just like, hey, we're just getting this together, doesn't sound great, bud.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't sound great at all.
I'm scared.
So there you are.
All right, take us away.
Coming up next, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly, followed by list this as it's comic book characters we want to see on film. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Sports fans, FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that Turf Life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, Turf Life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
For more than 3 decades, Bob's Steak and Chop House has remained an icon of DFW restaurants. Why? Well, maybe it's because of Bob. He's fanatical about cleanliness and friendliness, and his food, oh my Lord, his food. If you've been there, you know about it. If you haven't been there, you should know about it. The original Bob welcomes you at either of his 2 locations, Bob's on Lemon Avenue or the sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
You know Volvo's reputation for building long-lasting cars. Well, Crest Volvo Cars, located at 121 on the Tollway in Frisco, has over 300 brand-new Volvos at terrific prices. And there's also that hard-to-find low interest available. When you're at Crest Volvo, say howdy to General Manager Mike Brusen. Then test drive your favorite Volvo. Crest Volvo, off 121 on the Tollway in Frisco.
Coming back at you now. More Fan Stream Sports.
Fine, I'll do it. Welcome back into the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show. I think Tim forgot what he was doing. That's all right, because it's time for me to meander all around this MFer.
I got stuck.
You're still stuck. Why can't I hear you say words?
When, right now?
Okay, now I can hear you say words.
Words.
It's time for me to throw to me, because it's time for this title card to flash in front of your face.
I'm getting there, Colby. Computer's all jammed up on me.
I should have vamped more.
Oh wait, we don't have a title card for this.
We don't have a title card for the good, bad, and the ugly?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I forgot what day it was.
It's what segment it is. What day
Doesn't
is it?
matter.
Was it the first segment?
Oh, yeah.
This is the good, bad, and ugly, the segment that I go through all the people that are born today, find the people that are famous enough, and put them on a list. Then I offer that list up to you guys along with me and Tim, as we all decide individually who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person. And starting off today's list, we've got John Wetland turns 58 years old.
Oh, Colby.
What do we do about this one? Because weren't they dropped with no retrial like a year ago? The charges?
Were they? I don't remember that part of it.
So like the charges that were put to him like a year ago in Denton or something, right?
It was Denton County, yeah.
Yeah, the charges were some kind of mistrial with no retrial. The jury's verdict was 10-2, but we don't know to what side, guilty or innocent.
Let's see, Colby. As of March 2023, child sex abuse charges against John Wetland dismissed. No retrial. He will not face a second trial of accusations of continuous sexual abuse of a child, according to court records. The state decided against trying Wetland again, and the charges were dismissed. Wetland had been accused of in 2019 of molesting a child 3 times from 04 to 06, beginning when the child was 4.
I know.
His attorneys claimed the entire thing was based on a lie. So who knows, Colby? We may never know that. Well, we won't ever know the truth, but legally, he did not have to serve any, I guess, time. I think he had time served, right? Like, I think he was in jail for a while.
Right.
So there, I don't know. There you go.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with that.
Maybe we just leave it alone. I don't want to call him a full-time bad because we don't know.
We don't.
It's not Hitler where we know.
Right. Mike Evans is 31.
Giga Maggies, Colby. Future Hall of Famer.
Maybe.
Oh, he's a lock. Do you realize if he gets to 1,000 yards this season, that will be 11 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to start his career, which no one has ever done. One other wide receiver has 11 straight 1,000-yard receiving years.
Uh-huh.
That's Jerry Rice.
Yes.
Nobody has 12, and no one's done even 10 to start their career. So Evans already holds that record, and now he's looking for Jerry Rice's 11 straight.
So, yeah, maybe.
He's going into the Hall of Fame. He's got a ring.
Turning 65 today. He should have been in the Hall of Fame for that one gotcha gun commercial. Jim McMahon.
BYU?
I don't remember that part. I just remember the headband.
Said Roselle.
Yeah, and the sunglasses and him on a porch shooting people with a gotcha gun.
Dude, he was a legend. Not that great of a quarterback either, but man, that we know the defense led that team to the
Right.
But I mean, he wasn't a bad quarterback.
No.
Better than Chicago's seen since. Present quarterback included.
Who is their present quarterback?
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. That's right. But he's the second coming of whoever you want to say. Randall Cunningham.
Second Cunningham?
Yeah.
Second coming of Ryan Leaf.
Wow.
There you go. It's my bold sports statement.
Turning 57 years old. And she also may have died of the smallest knife ever in a show. Carrie-Ann Moss.
57, right?
Yep.
Gosh, so hot, man. I love her so much.
Crossed the other side of that fence so quick.
Especially as a Jedi Master, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Dude. She's fucking Matrix. She's in Star Wars, kind of. And she's in the MCU, kind of.
What is she in the MCU?
She was part of the Daredevil Netflix series.
Oh, I didn't know that. I might have to watch it now.
Oh, dude, I told you it was amazing.
Oh, I just don't know anything about Daredevil. See the blind one?
Yes.
The attorney guy?
Yes.
Is it the current guy that was in the series?
Yes.
All right. Because he was in the Hawkeye show, right?
He was also in the She-Hulk.
And the She-Hulk show.
Yeah.
All right.
And
they're both attorneys.
Right. Also, your favorite Kingpin. That's where he got his start,
Right.
isn't that?
So wait, his show came out after the Kingpin thing?
No, yes, the show, the Daredevil show, was where I'm not even going to try and say his name because his name's already jumbled in my brain. Where he was first played the Kingpin, where he first played Fisk and introduced the character, and you get to see more background of the character as he grows.
So it's a recent series, kind of.
Well,
when was it on?
5 or so years ago.
Okay, that's recent to me.
Okay.
So we're not talking about Ben Affleck, Daredevil, right?
No.
Because that's what I think of when I hear of Daredevil, and I'm out.
No, even though it wasn't really his fault that movie was bad. It was.
Well, he's just a bad actor.
He is not, sir. You shut up.
He's Holden McNeil. That's all he should ever be is Holden McNeil.
He was a great Batman, sir.
Yawn.
No, you don't yawn.
Yawning at him, and you know what? Might as well make Denzel Washington Batman. Yawn even wider if I possibly could.
Ben Affleck was part of Zack Snyder's Justice League, sir.
Okay, and he was a bad Batman.
He was not.
It was a great film. It was a great movie.
He was the best at being Bruce and Batman.
Just his face.
Okay, you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. You're just trying to piss me off.
No, I can't stand him.
You've never had this opinion until we started this conversation.
No, I don't like him.
No, you've never said that.
Val Kilmer's the best Batman.
Bullshit.
And then George Clooney.
Stop it.
And then Michael Keaton.
He was a good Batman. He was a horrible Bruce Wayne.
See, I liked his Bruce Wayne.
You want to get nuts? Yeah, shut up.
It was just Mr. Mom Bruce Wayne.
Jake Pitts of Black Veil Brides turns 39 years old today. That's a band, Tim.
What's it called? The Pitfield Five?
The Black Veil Brides.
I was close.
No, his name is Pitts. You were nowhere near close.
It's 3 syllables.
Kim Cattrall turns 68.
Is she really?
Yep.
God, she's pushing 70. Man, I probably still would.
How you doing?
Mannequin Colby.
Yep.
And then what was the other? Was Sex
Flexing the titties
for the City or something?
Yeah.
With Horseface?
Yeah.
Huh.
Jessica.
I think I still would. Oh, Jessica
Rabbit.
Matthew Broderick's wife.
Yeah, we just lost it.
They've been married for 57 years.
Kenny Rogers passed away in 2020.
Man, he did.
Mm-hmm.
lady.
I always just think immediately of the gambler.
Wait, which year did he pass away in?
2020.
Oh, I thought you said 2012 at first. I was like, wow, I didn't know that long. Kenny Rogers roasted chicken. You ever have one of those?
No.
Dude, they were good.
Were they?
They were so good, man. Just all grease. Like they serve them in these little plastic containers that when you get the whole ones.
Right.
Kind of like what you buy at the grocery store, the whatever rotisserie chickens. And dude, there's half an inch of just grease and slug and oil at the bottom of it that you just drank.
I don't know.
God, it was so good.
I mean, maybe dip your fries in it. I bet that'd be good. Dip your fries in it.
Yeah. Make brown gravy out of it.
Dip a biscuit in there.
Put my penis in there.
No, we've gone too far. Wilt Chamberlain, speaking of dipping your penis in there, 1999 passed away.
You believe his story?
Yes.
I do too. Even when you do the math and it seems outlandish,
Yeah.
I still believe it.
Yeah.
Because of him. Because he's him.
Because, I mean, he's Wilt Chamberlain. Can you imagine that guy walking into, oh, my God.
I mean, if he remembers 25,000, how many did he forget?
Plenty.
Like another 10?
Right.
I mean, I've probably forgotten 10,000.
Surge. Surge's birthday is today, and my brain just System of the Down. Surge, the lead singer from System of the Down, is 57. My brain went to sleep.
That is not at all what I thought you were talking about. He's how old? 57?
57.
I thought you were going to say Bronson Pinchot. Surge from Beverly Hills Cop.
No.
I'm about to start doing my Surge.
It would have been the wrong Surge.
What's it pertaining to?
And you'd have been doing that while I was going, how about you put a little makeup? It'd been totally gone.
I still can't believe they can call a band that, by the way.
System of the Down?
The Down Syndrome Kids.
No, it's not. It's just totally not what you're thinking about.
Down System Kids?
No. System. You shut up.
It's the greatest name ever.
Casey Musgraves is 36. Country.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know the name, but I didn't know if she was a wrestler or a musical artist.
Country.
Careful how you say that, Colby.
I'm actually doing that really hard on purpose.
I know.
Usain Bolt turns 38. Maybe he ran so fast that he's now 36.
He's still running.
I mean, you think he just gave up and got fat?
Funny with that way he's Kenyan, right? I don't think they get fat. It'd be funny though
Wait.
if like what? They're like Ethiopians, aren't they all skinny?
Wait, so if you're, do you think there's never been a thing as a fat Kenyan?
I don't think so. If they are, they're not a real Kenyan. They're fake.
I'm gonna look up a fat Kenyan.
They're not gonna be real. They're gonna be half breeds. Like half Ugandan or something. I bet there's fat Ugandans.
Dude, there's a bunch of fat Kenyans.
Fat Swahilis.
Yeah. You're just
Fat Nigerians.
yeah. So we just proved right here on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show that yes, not even to blow Tim's mind, there are such thing as fat Kenyans.
Oh, they're not real. Wearing fat suits for some Kenyan TV show, probably. Think there's ever been a pregnant Kenyan?
Yes, because there's a lot more Kenyans.
It's not another way.
Yeah, there's not.
Cloning. Colby, there's this Kenyan chick on my new favorite TV show that I have to get into later.
By the way, I call the band name Cloning Kenyans.
I'm gonna name a soccer team that because they all look alike.
They shut up.
Well, no, on the soccer team, they're all gonna look alike.
Oh, because they're clones?
Yeah, they're gonna have all fake mustaches and the same hair and cloning.
Why would your clones wear fake mustaches, Tim?
Well, if all of them don't have one. No, they're not real clones. They're all just dressed alike to look like clones, is what I'm saying. The Cloning Kenyan FC.
Are you sure you're not drinking?
I just opened my first White Claw. I haven't even had a sip yet.
And finally,
Cloning Kenyans FC, Colby.
turning 35 years old today Hayden Panettiere.
I do not know him. Oh, wait, that's a chick, isn't it?
Yes.
Hayden Panettiere.
Hayden Panettiere.
Is she hot?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything of hers.
You didn't watch Heroes back in the day? Save the cheerleader, save the world?
No, I know what it is, but no, I never watched that.
Oh, everybody else did.
Is that what she was from? Well, yeah, everybody else watches Game of Thrones, and I never did.
Yeah, everybody, like I said, everybody else did.
All right, so she's a hot.
Yeah, you're not even going to bother looking her up?
Her name is Hayden. I'm already out.
Okay.
A girl named Hayden. Look, I typed the word Hayden. The first Hayden that comes up is Christensen. Hayden Panettiere.
Panettiere.
Okay, she's cute. See, she should go by her middle name.
Why?
Leslie, because that's a girl name.
Leslie's also a boy name.
Not spelled that way. Just saying.
Yeah, no.
Did her parents not know if she was a boy or a girl when they named her this?
You've got a chick friend that you like named Dan or something. Why are you even doing this?
Call her a friend. No, she's cute. I mean, I wouldn't, but she's cute. I'll give you the cute one, Colby.
All right. There you go. There is all of the list that I have for you guys today.
Colby celebrating Facebook birthdays
What up?
today. Friend of the Tim, Heather Luttrell, turns birthday age today.
All right.
Some dude named Claude Schultz with the picture of the hottest chick I've ever seen as his profile picture has a birthday today. That might be a bot, Colby.
Yeah.
But happy birthday to you, bot. Friend from high school, he was a couple years behind me, Philip Marks. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Richard Marks' birthday's today?
Richard Philip Marks.
Okay.
And then Colby Jordan Ashley. Happy birthday. Sandra Hayes. Scott Garrett. Rebecca Wells Harris.
Uh-huh.
Heather Stein.
Pete Stein's daughter.
Colby Morgan Lynn Special. How you doing, Morgan Lynn? And Colby, finally, friend of the network, friend of the show, friend of Johnny, friend of Tim through Johnny, and regular actor in Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and whatever the other Chicago thing is on NBC.
Uh-huh.
We call him E.T., but his name is Eric Todd. Happy birthday to Eric Todd, one of the greatest human beings in existence.
What up, man?
He's a good dude. I don't know how he finagled his way into those TV shows. He always plays like background characters,
Right.
you know, or he'll be the other doctor standing there while the two main characters are talking, but he's just standing there pretending like he's looking at the clipboard or something, you know. Sometimes he's like 3 or 4 different characters in the same episode. Like he's that guy, and then you'll see him like sitting in the waiting room just as a potential patient, and then you know you might see him as the ambulance driver while the other 2 people are talking. It's kind of funny actually. Like they just utilize him all the time.
Nice.
Good dude, that E.T. Great too, man. All right, Colby. I'm gonna vote for just leaving John Wetland out of this.
Okay.
At least I'm going to. If you want to utilize him in this space, feel free, but I'm just going to ignore his name on my list. I still want to think of him as the closer for the Rangers that won the first division title in 1996. That's where I'm going.
All right.
Colby, my good. Man, I've got a few here to choose from. I usually go chick over music and chick over sports goods. But Kenny Rogers, I had more sex to your 80s music than any other song and band or artist I can think of in the world right now.
Huh.
So Kenny Rogers, you are my lady. Oh, that's a different guy.
Sure is.
It was some other dude. Kenny Rogers, you're my good. Special shout out to Carrie Ann Moss, Jim McMahon, and Mike Evans. Oh, and I mean, sports good be Wilt Chamberlain too. So there you go. My bad, Colby. I got to go with Surge
What are you doing?
because he copied the real Surge from Beverly Hills Cop.
No, this is his name, not the actor name.
Okay, well, he copied a character from Beverly Hills Cop.
No, that's his actual name.
Okay. So that's what he tells everyone. That's fine. Surge is my bad. Unless you're going to veto it. Is he good enough for you to veto?
He's definitely on my on most of my playlists. So yes.
All right,
there.
Colby. Out of deference to Colby and his playlist, Surge is off my bad list. I will, however, go bad because you can't do it again. Jake Pittsfield 5
You're fine. Go ahead.
is my bad. I have no idea who that person is. And Colby, my ugly. Not going to go Hayden Pantieri, whatever her name is. Probably want me to. I'm going to go Usain Bolt. I want to see him fat.
Well, he's gonna have to stop running.
I mean, he's 38. Nobody runs at 38.
Sure they do.
Well, they shouldn't, unless they're being chased.
Maybe by all the ladies.
Then why would you run, Colby?
Maybe he's tired of all the ladies. He's 38.
He's tired of all the men catching him.
My good. I don't have to use it on Surge, even though I was about to if you'd made him your bad. Just to try and even out the world. You know, my good has to be Carrie Ann Moss. Got to go there with that.
Approve.
My bad, just because he's not an all-time bad, because we don't know. But he can be my bad, just for having to go to court for it. John Wetland.
I thought, oh, okay. I said I was excluding him, but you didn't have to.
That's right.
Yeah, that's acceptable. I get it.
And my ugly. There's not many uglies on here, is there?
No, mine was even a kind of a stretch.
Yeah, yours was, yeah.
Get it stretched because he's a runner. They have to stretch first.
Uh-huh.
Internet.
You know what? I don't really like the makeup that Black Veil Brides use. So I'm going to go with Jake Pitts.
Nice.
So there you are.
God, we have a common link.
There's my bad and my ugly. It is time now for Tim to pull out a list from Ranker. And it's probably a stanker. And going to make me call people wankers.
Wow, Colby's rhyming.
That's right.
Let's see if this music is good for our list.
I like it, Tim. I don't like it anymore, Tim. It's too much.
How about that? Let's roll with that. Colby, it's time for List This, where I bring out an internet list every Wednesday at this point.
Uh-huh.
And I review it. It's usually from Ranker because they're wankers.
That's right.
And they usually do you dirty. And I usually pick a comic book or nerd-related category here, just so that it fits kind of the theme from some of the Monday shows.
Right.
So, Colby, this is comic book characters we want to see on film.
You know, this list would have been huge before all this comic book characters that kept coming out that I never thought I'd see on film, and we've seen them on film. So this should be good.
So this was updated July 3rd of this year.
Okay.
And I will tell you, there are characters that we've seen on film
That are in this list.
Now, one's very, very recent and not as a main character. But not all of them are. And, you know, maybe we just move it to we'd like to see on film again or more.
Right.
For the ones that are already here. So let's go back to number 25. Although 26 is my favorite character of all time, so we'll start there. Captain Marvel.
Yeah, this list is old.
She wants me. Apparently, everybody in Kansas City wanted me over the weekend.
Yeah,
Had some stories there.
Yep.
Are they discontinuing Captain Marvel in future movies, or is the character still alive? And is what's-her-face going to play her? Is there any news?
There is some news as the well, I doubt they get another solo chance with the movie. They're going to definitely use some of those, and the Miss Marvel is going to end up being, she's going to get another shot at another season, and she will be part of the Young Avengers. So there's that. Photon will be able to move on from the Marvels because they need to use her because she ended up in another dimension at the end of that movie. Captain Marvel, they're going to need her, but they're also, you know what? I'm not going to do all of that right now, but I've got a theory that we're about ready for a reboot, and there's going to be a lot of changes coming up. I think they're going to do an actual MCU reboot.
Oh, wow.
And I've been saying it could happen. It's looking more and more like it will happen. That's coming up.
I'm all for it, Colby. How about Jason Todd at number 25?
We haven't had, every Robin that we've had has been Dick.
Now, we had a little Jason Todd in the TV show.
Yes, we did.
Titans, right?
Right.
On Max.
We did have him there. And
Dick, too.
Yes.
Not to play the pun on Dick Grayson, but I don't like him very much.
He's got to grow into that character because he's so much like Batman.
Yeah.
But yet he's got that wild side to him. So he's kind of got to play it like that. And Todd's your psycho.
Yeah.
So.
Acted like it on the show. I got to catch up on that show, by the way. Still haven't. Number 24, Oliver Queen as Green Arrow.
We've had the TV show Oliver Queen. But as far as in a feature film, I don't know how that would translate. Because he's so much like Batman. He's got his rogues gallery. He has, he's a rich guy that has all the money and spends it on his equipment.
Right.
And he protects the city.
No inherent superhero powers.
No,
just rich toys.
He was left on an island and he learned to survive and he learned to be the world's greatest archer.
Sweet.
So.
They should have called it Archer.
Well, it's a really old character.
No, I know. He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Colby at number 23, one of my favorite TV shows that has spawned out of all of this, but not on the big screen as far as I know. She-Hulk.
And I wonder if they're going to be, because they spent a lot on that She-Hulk series. Mm-hmm. And with some of the backlash that they get, I wonder if you're going to have a chance. I really dug the series. I really liked it.
Me too.
There's a lot of people that didn't. I really did. I want to see a second series with that and her to be introduced into more of the Marvel universe. I really like the character. I would love to see somehow a mix mash between her and Deadpool as they're both breaking that wall and doing that. Can you imagine the craziness? That would be great.
Colby, number 22, Red Hulk.
On his way.
Coming, right?
Yep. Harrison Ford, Red Hulk.
Huh.
And the new
Han Solo Hulk.
Yep.
Number 21, I'm all for this, Raven. Wasn't she on Cosby Show already?
No, Raven, she's in Titans.
Yeah.
My favorite Titan. Always will
Really?
be my favorite Titan. I mean, the daughter of Trigon, just running around. I mean, they don't give her all her powers in the Titan show.
Right.
She's a badass.
Floats around all the time.
And just complains.
Yeah.
You're thinking about Teen Titans Go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one I know.
Uh-huh.
And then from the TV show. I liked her in the TV show, too. Colby at number 20, Zatanna.
eventually your next Dr. Fate, she's a she starts out just as a magician but gains powers, and she's almost equivalent to like your Doctor Strange a little bit.
Okay.
DC's version. So yeah, no. Badass. I'd like to see. I don't know how she translate as far as, because she's just, her get-up's like a magician's get-up,
Right.
but just like with the skirt form instead of, and then with the top hat and all that. You'd have to really do her kind of differently.
I'd do her different.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's comic hot. There's all comic. Everybody's comic hot though. They don't draw non-hot people.
Because nobody will read it. Except nerds. Colby number 19, one of my favorite variations or variants of Spider-Man. Spider-Man Noir.
Spider-Man
So
Noir.
great.
What is it? What was that show? Steve Martin, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid?
How do
Yeah.
you even know that show?
Because I thought it was a comedy and found out it wasn't.
Not really.
No. Yeah, that's, and plus Nick Cage voiced him.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
Still would. Colby number 18, Black Cat. I like that Janet Jackson song.
Almost had her in the next Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film.
Really?
Almost had her there. Just didn't happen. So, yeah, it was on its way. They'd already had it drawn up. They had people that were going to play certain villains and such, and Black Cat was going to be in there. It's Marvel's Catwoman.
Right. Hot.
Mhm.
At number 17, speaking of hot, when my dog gets hot, I see this. Red Hood.
Well, I mean, that's going to lead into your Jason Todd.
Right.
Yeah, Red Hood is your vigilante Batman that likes guns, that also doesn't mind killing people. And sometimes,
Especially cops.
yeah, or anybody.
Yeah. Get out of my way. Colby number 16. The subject of a series that I horribly did not understand whatsoever from the first episode. Moon Knight.
That what was it? The 5th or 6th episode is when it just totally lost everything that I thought was awesome about it. Started off great.
I tried to understand it.
It's you could read the comics and not understand it for a little bit, because it's
Really?
all, is he crazy, or is this really happening?
Right.
Is the moon really talking to him, or is he nuts?
Right.
And you spend a lot of the comics not knowing.
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, I loved how they used the character. It's just, what happened? What, y'all forget what y'all were writing and just wrote something different?
Change your mind.
Yeah.
Colby at number 15, Lobo.
On his way. Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo on his way. Your space bounty hunter that once killed his whole planet, because the only things that could kill him were his own people. So he killed them all before they could kill him.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. If you were to mix Punisher and Deadpool together,
Is that Lobo?
that's pretty much Lobo.
Oh, wow. Number 14, Colby, how about Martian Manhunter?
Well, we had him in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
He died really quick, right? Is he one of the ones that died?
No, he was the guy that came to Bruce at the end.
Oh, okay. Right.
So, yeah, Martian Manhunter, total badass, except for, of course, around fire.
Number 13, Juggernaut.
He was in a film way before this list. He was in X-Men 3.
Right. I remember that one.
And also the reason why I left the theater.
Oh, no.
Because they had him be a mutant in that movie, and Juggernaut is not a mutant. He was also in Deadpool.
Yeah, I was going to say he was just in Deadpool 3.
Yeah, which was
or
a lot
Deadpool
better.
Wolverine.
Yeah, he was he in? Yeah. He was also in. Yeah, he was also in Deadpool 2.
Was he?
Yeah.
Number 12, John Constantine.
Keanu Reeves wants to replay. He was asked, is there a character that he would love to do again? And he said Constantine.
Yeah, they asked him on like the Tonight Show or something with Jimmy Fallon, and he thought for a second. He goes, if there's another role you could reprise, what would it be? And he kind of grinned, and he didn't think very long. Like he had
No.
this loaded up, and he said Constantine. You know, the crowd went nuts, and he was like, "Man, be careful, because now they're gonna make you do it." He goes, I'd do it for nothing.
That movie was not what people wanted it to be, because Constantine is very, very British in the comic books.
Good day, mate.
And
Wait, how do you know he's British in the comic books? You can't hear him talk.
you can, by how they make him talk, and also when he says where he's from and such, and blah blah blah.
Oh, should be ambiguous.
He's also blonde in the comic books.
Oh,
But besides all of that, I really loved the Constantine movie, and I accepted him as John Constantine.
number 11, Mr. Sinister.
On his way in X-Men 97 season 2. I hope they get into Mr. Sinister with the X-Men, what they do with the MCU. They haven't done that with any of the previous X-Men.
Right. Now into the top 10, Colby. This is one of my favorite villains. Villains. Hey, buddy. Dark Side at number 10.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Right.
Damn it. They had the right voice for him. They had the right look for him. All we needed was Zack Snyder to complete his vision on stuff, and we would have seen Dark Side. Now we hope Gunn gets around to it, because he's doing the slow build. You know what? He might, because I
Screwing
really
everything
like
up.
what. Huh?
He's screwing everything up.
He is not screwing everything up, sir.
Wasn't for him, we still have Snyder.
No, Snyder was already out. Hopefully Gunn's doing the thing.
Number 9, Richard Rider's Nova.
We had the Nova Corps,
Uh-huh.
the Nova Corps in Guardians of the Galaxy. But yes, this is one character we keep getting hinted at, and I thought was about to be announced, but then all the changes are about to be made, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure when they're getting around to the next phase, which I thought was going to involve more space after the multiverse. Now I don't know where they're going.
They don't know where they're going. Number 8, Colby, Batman Beyond.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda again. Because Michael Keaton, when the Flash movie did good, which it didn't, was going to continue being Batman. And we were going to see Terry McGinnis show up in a Cinemax series. And it was going to be Batman Beyond, with Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne teaching the new Batman how to be Batman. And we don't get it, because they need to find somebody better than Ezra.
Ezra. Number 7, Colby. I anticipate this character at some point, because I have to see this just because of your descriptions. Galactus.
Galactus is definitely in the new Fantastic Four movie. So the Planet Eater will be here, what is that, 2025?
Probably.
So, yeah, Galactus. And by the way, was also in the Fantastic Four 2, back when Captain America was also your Human Torch.
Right.
But he was a cloud.
Clouds can't be villains.
No, don't do that.
6, Silver Surfer.
Was also, because Fantastic Four was Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yep.
They've been threatening to make the new Silver Surfer a girl. Now we're not sure anymore because most of the things I said were going to happen might be all thrown out the window, guys. But hopefully heading down a good path. So Surfer usually heralds Galactus, which I would think would mean they are in the new Fantastic Four movie, but I don't know.
Number 5, Colby, Deathstroke.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Zack Snyder was on his way. Jason Manganiello or whatever was going to play him. And actually got to play him a little bit in the extra scenes at the end. So, total badass. Where they got the idea for Deadpool at was this guy. He's just not funny. He's just going to kill everybody.
Deadpool's funny. Colby, at number 4, we saw him in Deadpool and Wolverine. He's my new favorite character, or one of my new favorite characters, because I like how he talks.
Uh-huh.
It is Gambit.
And by the way, that character is taking off in the possibly getting a solo movie situation.
It's going to be so great. And Channing Tatum played him amazingly.
Which was so great because he was announced that he could be playing Gambit previously.
Right.
And people just get all over it because there's no way he can do the accent.
Right. Probably AI doing the accent.
Right, and I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It was great.
Didn't bother me.
Do it.
Colby, number 3, Spawn.
It's had a movie, and Todd McFarlane says there's another movie on its way, but it's been in production hell for the past 7 years.
Ooh, that's not usually a good sign.
That's not a good sign. Jamie Foxx was going to play this version of Spawn, but then the things happened medically and such.
Yeah.
And so we're still wondering, but yes, Spawn was on its way, and Michael Jai White played Spawn. So we've seen him in a movie, even though it wasn't a great movie, but
I remember when it came out, I just didn't know who Spawn was. I knew nothing about it. I didn't know it was a comic book.
The HBO series, the Spawn HBO animated series, totally rated R and totally awesome.
Really?
Totally awesome. The animation style's a little old. It's a little dark.
Yeah.
But it really does a good job because McFarlane basically is ahead of the whole thing, so it sticks to the storyline really well.
Good. Colby, number 2, Carnage, which we've seen.
Yes, we have.
But I like the character a lot.
That was one of the scariest comic book characters when reading comics.
Really?
Because Cletus, you could just, the way they wrote him and drew him, you just knew all he wanted was to kill people.
Yeah.
And the way you would want to kill people was eviscerating them. And it's like, man, you ever look at a comic book panel of somebody eviscerated? Whoa.
Pretty scary, huh?
That's too much. That's a lot.
And Colby, number 1 on our list of comic book characters we want to see on film. How about Nightwing?
You know, I would much rather see Nightwing running around than I would Robin.
Really?
Just would. I don't need, unless they're doing the Damian Wayne Robin, who's an adult in a kid's body that just acts more grown up than everybody else in the room. I don't need to see the holy rusted metal Batman. I don't need to see it. I do want the Nightwing, I'm trying to be Batman situation.
Right.
That would be cool.
That'd be good on film, the conflict.
Yep. So.
All right, well, there you go.
There it is. There is our list. Coming up next on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show right here on FanStream Sports, we've got What's in Tim's Beard, a little bit of a segment that you'll find interesting about the state of kickoffs in the NFL with somebody that's right behind it that knows all about it, and then news and notes with Cocaine Sharks. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show.
sports fans? FanStream Sports.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including Double Oaked Bourbon, Botanical Gin, and Double Grain Vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
In 1993, Bob opened the original Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon Avenue. 32 years later, the original Bob still greets you at the original Bob's. And now his sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch has opened in McKinney. Same fantastic beef and fresh seafood at these two Bob's, each run by the Bob. Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Hi, golfers. Car Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine, it's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Crest Infinity in Frisco. Through the end of the month, you can lease the 2024 QX60 pure front-wheel drive for just $499 a month for 36 months. You bring $44.69 due at signing and drive away. And it gets better. This month, when you lease the new QX60, Infinity will cover the tax. On approved credit, 5s to choose from. See dealer for complete details. Expires 8/31/24. Also, you can get a $15,000 incentive on all remaining in-stock 2024 QX80 models with more than 30 to choose from. Get on out to Crest Infinity to test drive one today. Off 121 in the Tollway in Frisco or online at crestinfinity.com. There's good, there's better, and then there's Crest.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Coming back at you now. More FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Stapp and IndyCar Tim Show right here on FanStream Sports. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
What up?
Coming at you live from the FanStream Sports Studios in North Dallas. I'm IndyCar Tim. That is Colby Stapp. Wrapping things up here for you. Lots of fun stuff tonight. Did some Cowboys talk. Of course, the season kicking off here shortly. By the way, Colby, we need to vote on whether or not we're going to get back into our weekly picks.
Why not?
I think you're right. I concede. Colby says we're doing weekly picks again, so we will do that the first week of the season, and we're trying to figure out a way to involve the masses somehow. Maybe we post the picks and then let them make picks or something. I don't really know, or get a caller or somebody on with us every week. Need to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, we could do something like that, or just, I don't know. We'll have to kick that around.
Yeah.
We will.
We'll think of it. We want to get you guys involved in our picks. We've done that here on this show, even going back to the old Drunk Sports podcast days with me and Big Red. Big Red.
Are we getting, well, can't even sure if Big Red can do it all the time.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to ask him again. Shut the door. So we'll figure something out for you boys and girls and get y'all involved in our weekly picks. It's usually one of the more fun segments here on the show, as we usually disagree, and then usually Tim's drunk by the time we get there, because we do it actually at this point of the show. It's usually about 8:25, 8:30 when we get into them on Wednesdays for the upcoming football weekend. But right now, Colby, I've got a segment that I got to credit the youngling, Eli, because it's a segment on, so he does a podcast here for us on FanStream Sports. It's called What's on Eli's Mind.
Right.
That we started when he was like 11, before his voice changed. And it's jarring to go back and listen to some of those episodes before his voice changed, because he's 16 now. And I'm like, oh man, I miss my little boy.
Right. Hey, Dad.
Yeah, like his voice is lower than mine. But he came up with a segment, because we would do a segment or a show for him, but he wanted me to have a segment, and he said, let's call it What's in Dad's Beard. And he's like, it's just whatever you want to talk about. I'm like, man, I like that. I'm going to steal it for our other show. So I did, but I have to give him credit every time I do it, or he gets mad at me. So Colby, what's in my beard this week? I just took a trip to Kansas City to help the Gandhi Gerber move.
Right.
Back down here to the DF Dub. He's down in Fort Worth, kind of in between Fort Worth and Crowley. The golf course he's working at is the Retreat, which is in Crowley. He lives off of that Chisholm Trail Parkway, just south of 30.
He's going to have to get us in so we can play some golf there, yeah.
Oh, I'm already in, Colby.
All right.
If you want to come, then I'll have to get you in and sign you in. And you have to drink while you're there.
All right.
Actually, I made that up. You're already in. We're going to do a show from down there.
Nice.
Which means we have to probably spend the night, because it's a long way. It's an hour and a half from my house in Frisco.
It's not that for me.
Oh, you're right. You live a lot. I'll just spend the night at your house then. Make room in bed, Colby. Tell Sybil to scoot over.
Nope.
Scooch over a little bit, Sybil.
Uh-uh.
IndyCar Tim's coming to town. Said no one ever. But so when I was up in Kansas City, there's one of my favorite places to eat, because I've been up there before to see Johnny, and it is it's called Johnny's Tavern. No, that's the other place. What was this? Oh, it's called the Peanut.
Okay.
I have a couple of them up there. It's called the Peanut, and their specialty, at least for me, was their wings. And I've been a wing connoisseur for, good God, ages now.
Okay, right.
But what I'm finding is that my tastes change.
Every 7 years, your taste buds change, Tim.
Well, I believe it, because my taste buds are changing right now. Look, I still like heat, but my go-to, I didn't even ever look at a menu when I ordered wings. My first time somewhere, I didn't look at a menu. I don't care what flavors you have. I want buffalo hot. That was all I did. Well, sir, it's real. I don't care. Bring me your buffalo hot. Is that the hottest that you have? I never wanted the hottest. I mean, I can eat the hottest, but I'm a flavor guy. I want the heat, and I want some bold flavor with it. A lot of places you go, it's all heat, and it's not enjoyable. I can do the heat as long as I've got some flavor to enjoy it with, right?
Right.
So that used to be me. Like, I don't want to know what you have. Just give me your buffalo hot. So, but over the last couple of years, I've noticed that's changing. I'm trying to expand my palate, I guess, and I want to know. I still like the heat side of it, but I want to, because now, 2 years ago, you didn't have all these freaking flavors that you have now at some of these wing places.
No, it was lemon pepper, garlic parmesan, maybe some other rub.
Teriyaki.
Yeah.
But, dude, everybody's got their different like flavors now, and I kind of want to try these, right? Like the one at Wingstop that you got me hooked on, the Korean barbecue.
Yes.
Still don't like it on their wings, but I get it on my chicken sandwich every time. It's a good flavor. So I've been searching out kind of flavors like that, and a lot of them I'm searching out the Asian-based flavor. Like Asian Zing at Buffalo Wild Wings is one of my favorites.
Right.
And you know, like at our old tailgaters that we would go to, they had a sweet chili flavor, which was based on their Asian mix, you know, and stuff like that. So it was, and it's probably my favorite there. So I went up there, and I was already drunk because this is after we'd gone to Tom's Town, and I got tommed.
Yeah.
By the way,
He went all Star Wars and got tommed.
I did toms-town.com, you guys. It's a great little distilling company up in Kansas City, right downtown in a really old building. We did a tour of it when they're doing spots for us. We're going to have a great partnership with them and maybe even do some shows up there from Kansas City live from their speakeasy that they have in the basement.
That's amazing. But by the way, and if you're local here and you're like, man, I'd sure like to give that a try just because we're talking about it, just check online, bud, because I believe you can even find those at some of the Total Wines.
You're about to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are in Texas a little bit, and they deliver to 40 states across the country, too, from their distillery. So check it out, toms-town.com. Got some great bourbon, some great gin, some great vodkas, as well as some canned cocktails, which apparently is the new thing these days.
So the missus got to try some.
Yeah, the vodka, right? I gave you guys some vodka.
Yes, and she was like, you know, the finish on this was so much cleaner. It's so much, it's almost sweet.
Yeah.
It's almost
all by itself.
Yeah. So it from just a shooter to a mixer, it'll blow you away for the price you're paying.
Yeah, it's not your entry level vodka. It's not Tito's. It's a little more expensive than the Tito's, but man, the flavor is so much better.
Right.
I love me some Tom's Town. We're going to talk a lot more about Tom's Town on the show and on the golf show as well. But so I found myself drunk already from Tom's Town from our sampling that we did. And I walked in, and we went there specifically for the wings because I'd been there before, and this was Johnny's moving. It's probably the last time I'm ever going to get to go there unless we head up there for Tom's Town. And I was like, man, I want to try something new. And by the way, their wings are remember the wings at Barrel and Bones?
Right.
Where it's the wing and the whatever, the entire thing. They serve them just like that.
I love that.
You get 3 pieces. That's
all,
it. But that's
all you need.
It's all you need, man. And I ordered like some whatever sweet chili Asian thing. And I wanted to bring this up because literally it was in my beard by the time I was done. For those of you that don't have beards, trying to eat stuff like wings,
it'll get there.
It's a mess, man. But it is worth every penny. I swear to God, we got home. And I have a habit. I just kind of do this with my beard, to straighten it out. It's just like people running their fingers through their hair or whatever, which I don't have. Every time I did that, I got a handful of sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm licking it off my hands after it's been in my beard. That's how good the sauce was. But it's just weird that I feel like my taste has changed now over the past 15 or 20 years, eating wings very frequently. Is that something you've experienced too?
Well, you know what? I am so ready to try the next thing because I've been aware most of my life that my taste buds change. Like if there's something that I taste and I'm like, I didn't like that. Mm-hmm. Then a little bit later, I'll try it again. And a lot of times I find, oh, I like it now. That type of thing.
Right.
That's pretty much where I am on that. Like, for the longest time, I didn't like spinach or greens.
Okay.
Boy, now you give me a bowl of greens or spinach.
Like collard greens, cooked collard greens, and you like the cooked spinach, or do you eat fresh spinach?
Both.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I think it's wonderful. But for the longest time, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And it just took waiting for either its development, being able to taste all the flavor in it, or whatever, the taste buds changing, and that was there. The only thing that I refuse to is because I have such a hard stance on it, is I won't go back and try Miracle Whip on just because, what if I like it now? And I've said so many horrible things about it, so I'm not going there.
But it's okay because you're an adult. You're allowed to change your mind.
See, that's the thing. This is the only thing I'm timming on. It's Miracle
I
Whip.
love Miracle Whip. Yeah, but I like, man, you're allowed to like both, you know.
No, I've been. This is the only food station that I've been at was if it's Texas chili, it doesn't have beans in it,
Right.
and if it has beans in it and you're eating it in chili, you're eating stew.
Yep. Bean stew.
Right. And that Miracle Whip sucks. Those are my only two really hard food stances.
So you never had Miracle Whip in the Tilleman house.
No, we did for a little bit. We did. Like, I don't know why, but it was there, and I went and made a sandwich with it, and I just pulled out the mayonnaise like normal, right? Got the knife out, slathered it on the bread, grabbed a couple of pieces of bologna, threw that on there, and like, what, you know how you're the walk-in sandwich where you're just walking back to where you're already taking 2 bites? I took a bite and a half, and then, what is that?
Yeah, if you're not expecting it, it is highly different than mayonnaise.
What is that?
And you're probably like me where you slather on the mayonnaise or the dressing. Like I don't do just a thin little layer coating on the bread. I do a thick layer on both sides of bread because I want to taste the bitch.
Right. So yeah, no. And I went back in and tried it one more time because I went and looked and know the mayonnaise hadn't spoiled. Right. And I was like, okay, this is something different. Let me try it. And it was sweetened. And I just didn't want sweet and tangy with my sandwich.
Right. And that's what Miracle Whip is. You know, it's marketed as a salad dressing.
Right. Which nobody, I know you said your dad
My
did,
dad, that's why we had it in our house because that's what he literally ate on his salads.
which is that's not good to do,
Keep
kids.
in mind, this is before ranch dressing was invented. All we had was Miracle Whip, and my mom was a Thousand Island freak, so we had that in the house. So that's
Right.
growing up. That's all I had on my salads was Miracle Whip or Thousand Island.
And you better went with the Thousand Island because what?
I did.
What?
I did. It was weird because I ate it on my sandwiches.
Now, as far as wing experiences, Tim, I've got the one dish that I love to make for myself, and it's in the air fryer, but I love making this particular thing. And I call it wing chos.
Oh, you've mentioned this before. I feel like I need this recipe.
So you just take your wings and you get the fajita seasoning, right? And that's what, when they come out of the air fryer, you hit them with while they're still popping and whatnot. So it'll stick.
They're not breaded, right?
No, they're not breaded.
Okay.
No, you just you set the air fryer to dead.
Yeah.
Right? So you can get the little crispy ends on the tails and all that stuff. I love that, right? And then you just set them up to where the whole wings, you set them up where they lay down and you can top them.
Yep.
You put the cheese, a little bit of the guac, everything you put on nachos, the black olives, the jalapenos, all the stuff. You put it on there, and then when you pull the wing out, then you've got your parts that you can just clean, and you clean it with the toppings. And
How do I feel about that?
It is amazing. I
So
love
you're just
it.
taking bites of your wings, but it's like nacho toppings on the wing.
On the wing. And if you use not cheese sauce, but the shredded cheese while they're hot, so it sticks to it, and then you put the toppings immediately on there, to the sticky cheese, it'll stay.
But no sauce.
No cheese sauce.
No, I mean no wing sauce or anything. It's just the dry rub seasoning that you're putting on it. The fajita stuff. Okay.
Yeah, now usually like the sour cream or whatnot, I'll put it on the side. And
and dip it.
Dip that. But then some of the toppings come off, so you're better off just spooning a little bit of sour cream on it.
All right, I got to try this.
Wing chos are amazing, everybody. Wing chos are amazing.
Real quick, Colby, before we get to the world famous Colby Sapp news and notes from the internet. The big thing in the NFL this year is the so-called dynamic kickoff. And look, it was sold really hard to everyone about how dynamic, and I'm using finger air quotes here, how dynamic it's going to be. And in the preseason, it's been anything but. But here's the thing about it. It's an actual play. It's drawn up like an offensive play.
Right.
Teams are not going to show their plays in the preseason.
Nope.
Even on the kickoff. Look, the old kickoff, you had return left, return right, return middle. That's how you set it up. That's not how these things are going to be. These are going to be actual plays, called plays, like during the kick. And I think it will be a big change to the game. Now, on the JP Peterson show that I'm on Tuesdays and Fridays out of Tampa, we had a good friend of the show, Anthony Becht, who is a consultant, offensive and special teams consultant for the Jets. He was a former tight end in the league, played with Tampa Bay for a long time.
Yes.
He is the current head coach of the St. Louis Battlehawks, formerly of the XFL, currently of the UFL, and they did not adopt the XFL kickoff to the new UFL when they merged with USFL. So I wanted to address that with him and discuss it a little bit. And here, Colby, is how it might have went.
Anthony, one of the big topics of conversation in the NFL this year is the new so-called dynamic kickoff, which, of course, you're familiar with and we're familiar with from the old XFL days. And oddly, the UFL did not bring it with them when they merged the XFL and the old USFL. And I'm not sure why, because it was one of my favorite aspects of the XFL here in Dallas. But what are your thoughts on that? I thought it set the XFL apart from some of the other leagues when they utilized it. Thought it was an exciting aspect of the game. Now the NFL's adopting it, at least on a trial basis. But the UFL didn't pick it up. Like, any thoughts to what the reasoning was on that?
Listen,
they didn't ask you, did they?
I'm a huge advocate of it. I brought a full PowerPoint with 10 pros on why it made sense to continue it. But I can only go so far in my reach, and it goes above me. And but I love it. I did not like it the first day I stepped on campus and we were doing this, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what are we doing? And as the season went on, man, I'm like, this is good. This works, and it's nice when you led the XFL in that category as well. So,
why did you like
it? A lot of teams look at our film. Spoke to a lot of special teams coordinators. I think it's going to be good. Very vanilla in the preseason. You're not going to see much. It's hard to. You can only do so many things with picks and wraps and stuff like that. You need to find out what 10 guys, or if you have 2 deep, 9 guys, can block the best for an extended period of time so that you can place the proper players in those positions to win. You will win, though. You saw some last week, a couple big returns. It will look a lot better, and you will get that. Now, teams may choose just to kick it out of the end zone, and that's their right. And the NFL is looking to maybe make it to 35 before the season starts. That's in conversation right now, just to make sure that they get it crystal clear. We want returns. So the return guys will be different. There'll be bigger bodies. There'll be maybe running backs. I don't think the traditional receiver is a great spot or a great player for that. It may be for one of the pieces if you have two guys in the back. But you got to break arm tackles. You got to find holes. It is traditional. It is a running play. You have to have guys that have eyes in tight quarters that can see those spaces. I think a few returning receivers get that. Cordell Patterson's a great example of a guy that would fit really well for this, and he's been doing that. So that he's going to go well in this. He could go to the Pro Bowl once again just because of this style. So I think fans will enjoy it. It'll change the game now, and your kicker, just like the extra point messed with the kickers' heads and they moved them back. You're going to see that now because some coaching will be like, hey, we got to drop it right on the 18, or we got to drop it, let it. That's tough, and that's that's when kickers start getting them brain freezes, man, and it's a challenge. So you got to have a good plan, and I think those teams that understand that will have a lot of success.
So, Colby, you saw he might have noticed he's wearing an Iowa State hat.
Yep.
His son, Rocco Becht, if you're a fan of the Big 12, is the now 2-year starter at quarterback for Iowa State. He backed up Brock Purdy his final year at Iowa State.
Wow.
And so, we talked a lot of Iowa State and Big 12 football before that part of the program. But apparently Rocco and Brock Purdy are still buddies. And he commented that like they still talk all the time. And Rocco has commented to his dad. He's like, Brock still is like, as long as he's been in the league and in San Francisco and all the success, he is still like in wonderment. Like when he walks into the San Francisco facility and sees the team, he's like, I can't believe I'm here. Like, I'm not supposed to be here.
All right. First of all, stop it, because I don't like this guy. So stop it.
I like Brock. I just hate the Niners.
I don't need that in my life.
But some interesting insight from a guy who knows a little bit about the kickoff, of what we can expect to see in the NFL. I'm a big fan of it, too. I mean, I loved it in the XFL. I was super sad when they didn't convert it over to the UFL with the merger. Because, again, I thought that's part of what made that league special and different.
No, yeah, the setup of it and everything, and just a little bit more gamesmanship happening right there at the beginning. And It's going to be very different because a lot of times now, kickoff, you didn't have to worry about missing it.
Yeah.
Now, going to have to start to worry when it starts to really
Every time.
develop.
Every time you want to see it.
Yep.
All right, Colby, you ready for this?
Yep. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to celery.
Huh?
What? We're going to California, but we're going to a celery shipment. As more than 600 pounds of methamphetamine have been found concealed within a shipment of celery in California, officials said.
I was out of town that weekend.
The incident occurred on the evening of August 9th when U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers at the Otay Mesa commercial facility in California encountered a 34-year-old man driving a commercial tractor trailer who was seeking entry into the United States from Mexico. The driver, who held a valid border crossing card, was transporting a shipment declared as celery. Following routine procedures, they realized that mixed in the celery was about $755,000 worth of methamphetamine.
Holy mother of meth.
Now, that is cop math, so you're probably only looking at about $350,000 worth of methamphetamine.
Either way, that's messed up.
Yeah. They say it was 629 pounds of meth hidden in 508 packages of celery.
Celery's supposed to keep the dogs off the scent.
Can you imagine if that celery shipment had made it?
Farmer's market.
Yeah. Can you imagine the lady that's putting making the ants on the trail with the celery, and she's just running through that celery like crazy and keeps trying to itch her teeth
Should be a plot in a movie.
with the celery?
The ants on the log?
Yes.
So gross. Nobody should eat that.
It's good, Tim. Shut up.
Gross.
Can you? Oh my God! I don't even want to think about that. It makes it into some lunch boxes. Some kids. Can you imagine? He's like the substitute teacher, and every kid sitting there just chomping on celery.
Yeah, and then after lunch they go to recess and they're swinging on the swing and they're just going around to like the whole thing that way.
Good God Almighty! So watch out next time you try and eat healthy, because celery. It's actually
bad for you.
It actually makes you lose weight because as many calories as it is, you actually burn all those calories while you eat it. So.
Still gross. You eat celery?
Oh, yeah.
I'll eat it in like cooked. Like I'll eat it in soups, like chicken noodle soup. I'll eat it, or I'll cook it in chili or something, or chicken pot pie. But I can't just sit there and eat it. Like I don't eat it when I eat wings. I'll eat the carrots, but I don't eat the celery.
My favorite snack, especially when I'm cutting and whatnot, is celery, and then I'll get like the Greek non-fat yogurt. And I'll throw Hidden Valley seasoning into it.
Right.
And I'll just eat that and it's good. It's almost as good as the ranch pickles. Yeah, I also love those.
Those are good. Oh, I do like those.
So the packet
we did a couple of segments on pickles before.
Yeah.
We need to bring that back.
So, but no meth. No meth in the celery. That's bad. That's bad. Let's go to the smoking gun. As man 22 busted for DUI makes a strong anti-bullying statement. The statement's on his shirt. Tim has the picture.
Don't bully me, Colby. I'll come.
And that, for those that are listening to the audio podcast, that's CUM.
Don't bully me. I'll come.
By the way, his name, Cooper Conti.
What are you doing, Cooper?
This looks like a shirt that he had made, right? This is not a shirt that...
Well, you like order from the internet.
Right.
Don't bully me. It's missing punctuation. There should be a comma after me. Like,
Right.
that's what's bothering me here, Colby.
That's not what's bothering me. What's bothering me is the threat of if you try and come at me with your bullying, I'll skeet.
Is he going to be naked while he does it? Because otherwise it doesn't matter.
And the slight grin he has for his DUI conviction. Is it because he knows that his shirt is weird? And this is like his actual like police photo. Can you imagine if he ended up going to jail and they looked up his file and there's his shirt that he was wearing?
Colby, I'm going to put this out on our Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show X account, which is at Colby Tim Show. So you guys, and then I'll retweet it. You guys have to see this, though. This is amazeballs.
So, yeah, the shirt bothers me, but yet it's weird funny.
It's
weird.
uncomfortable funny.
Yeah, it's not Different Strokes Bike Shop episode uncomfortable, but it's close.
We bring that show up way too much, that episode.
We do, and it's mostly me.
Poor Arnold. What was the little Sam, the little redheaded kid name, right? He was Sam?
Yes, and the smoking cigarettes and the gums and the adult movies. I don't know why shows had to get serious like that every once in a while.
Because it's a very special episode of Different Strokes.
That's right. Question in local news from clickorlando.com. Are cocaine sharks swimming along Florida's coast? Here's what we know from environmental scientist Dr. Tracy. Hope their name's Dick.
It's a comic book character, Colby.
That's right. Florida's beaches have made headlines in the past thanks to a huge volume of cocaine that frequently washes up. Somebody, I guess we're on our way to a beach. Can you imagine how much we could sell that for?
All of it.
These instances are the result of drug traffickers from Central and South America who attempt to smuggle cocaine and other narcotics into the United States. Many of these traffickers will travel via boat or aircraft, dropping bales of cocaine into the water to evade detection by law. So like hay bales, but it's cocaine. So what they're saying is during Discovery's Shark Week last year, researchers took to the coastline of Florida to determine whether the bales of cocaine could have adverse effects on the sharks in the area. One of the researchers behind the project, Dr. Tracy Fanara, oh man,
of course,
an inventor. I can't say the word environmental. There we go. Scientist. Don't mark that.
Too late.
Scientists in Florida, as part of her project, Fanara and other researchers dropped packages that look like cocaine into the water and to see if the sharks were willing to nibble at it. Yes. The sharks nibbled at it.
Oh.
Yes. The sharks are high on cocaine in Florida. Don't go in the water. You thought Cocaine Bear was bad. Cocaine sharks are possibly worse. Because, you know, they normally only bite humans because they think there's something else, right?
Yeah.
Well, now they're high, so they don't
smell
know
blood.
They don't know what you are, so they're just going. They're all coked out. Coked out sharks.
Okay, that's not as bad as Cocaine Bear, though, right?
I don't know, man.
Because cocaine sharks can't chase you out of the water.
True.
You can
Don't
get
go
away.
in the water. Don't go in the forest. Don't go next to the cocaine bear.
But cocaine bears will hunt you down in the city and then steal your bike. Ride it right off on it.
That's right. So,
Cocaine.
as we all wait for Sharknado 12, Cocaine Sharknado, because, you know,
Lord.
it's got to happen now because Ian's not doing anything.
Right.
So, Cocaine Sharks. They're real. They're in Florida. And it's another new band name. There you go, everybody. There's news and notes.
Cocaine sharks. I don't know what to do with all of that, Colby.
I don't either.
That was an abbreviated news and notes, but damn, it was a good one.
There we are.
That's all we need. This is the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. We are on FanStream Sports every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Don't bully me, bro.
At fans or what? What will you do?
I'm not saying it.
Or find us on fanstreamsports.com on the mobile app available for iOS and Android, and Fanstream Sports TV, which is our YouTube channel over there at Fanstream Sports. Subscribe, click that bell, get all the notifications of our great episodes, all of the great shows we have over here. Some of them involve me and Colby, and some of them don't.
Environmentalist.
You might like those more.
But
that's what we do. We will be back on Monday talking some Cowboys.
Woo!
Last preseason game, previewing the Browns and all that good stuff. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya.